Cracks are beginning to form in the multiverse, and a great darkness is mounting against our heroes. Will the champions of the House of Heroes be able to push back the turning tide? Well, let's hop into the pages of Justice League Incarnate, issue number 2, and find out. So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, Orion, one of the new gods and son of Darkseid, had come to the House of Hero when he heard word of their battle against his father. Orion has a lot of things working for him, but he was never exactly the shiniest penny in the fountain. As the forces of Apocalypse, led by Darkseid's other son Calibac and daughter Grail, decided to follow him all the way to the House of Heroes with an army of parademons in tow. Their dastardly plan is to take control of the station and use it for their own evil ends. Naturally, Aquawoman, Dino Cop, and everyone else on the station can't let that happen, even if that means having to move the station and use it like a battering ram against their enemies. Luckily, Orion comes packing some new god tech that should allow them to do just that. Geez, if they gave an award for worst house guest, Orion would definitely be a shoo-in. Now, while all this is going on, we check back on in with President Superman and the House of Heroes away team. They had just narrowly managed to escape Darkseid and move the tear in the universe that he was after. Now they've picked up his trail on Earth 13, which, as you might have guessed, is a haunted horror-themed Earth. How scary is it? Well, apparently to get to where they're going, they need to trade a password with a skeleton, and that password is Vertigo spelled backwards. Get it? Like the old Vertigo imprint where some of DC's best horror and magical themed characters came from originally? The good guys meet their contact, a man by the name of Hellblazer, who is clearly supposed to be this Earth's answer to John Constantine, who is currently hanging out in the Tavern of Mysteries. Get it? It's like if DC's old horror imprint House of Mysteries had a baby with the Oblivion Bar. Now, not all the members of Justice League Incarnate are so in love with their surroundings right now. Captain Carrot is on edge, and why shouldn't he be? He's a giant rabbit in a room filled with magicians. At best, they want to pull him out of a hat. At worst, they want to use him as a blood sacrifice. Luckily, the new Flash is there to help calm the captain down as she continues her character arc of being the heart of the team and also the POV for new readers. This issue also offers up some rather interesting development in the life of Calvin Ellis, the President Superman. It seems that him and new character Dr. Multiverse are getting quite comfortable with each other. Calvin naturally wants to concentrate on the mission and saving the multiverse as they know it, but it's Thomas Wayne acting as the most unlikely of wingman who tells him to take happiness when it walks into his life. And I mean, really, Flashpoint Batman should know a thing or two about multiversal misery. In fact, he once again talks about his life, his family, and everything that's brought him to this moment. Wow, it's almost hard to believe that this guy was the villain of the whole City of Bane, Tom King era of Batman. Truly, it's a miracle what some good writing and characterization can bring you. Now, it wouldn't be any trip to a magical multiversal bar if it didn't end in some sort of bar fight. You see, the members of Justice League Incarnate end up locking eyes with Fate. You'll remember him as being a multiversal version of the shitty, too edgy 5-Me Dr. Fate from the 90s. The one with the big knife and the Ankh tattoo. He also just so happened to be part of Machine Head's in Justice League Incarnate. So obviously there's some bad blood between the groups. Fate says that he had no idea that he was indirectly working for Darkseid, but at the same time he's still a massive asshole and is ready to throw down with the good guys. Luckily, Justice League Incarnate has friends all over the known multiverse, and on Earth 13 they're saved by their answer to Superman, the Super Demon. Not only is he super cool, but he even rhymes too, like the main Earth Etrigan. Together, Super Demon takes our team to the League of Shadows, their answer to the Justice League. Together they conduct a seance that they hope will get them that much closer to their goal. Which goal? Well, that's kind of the problem. They have a few right now. Stopping Darkseid from claiming the power of the Tear, rescuing Barry Allen, and, any other superhero business that will no doubt pop up between then and now. In fact, it starts causing a bit of a rift between all the teammates who aren't sure over what they should do next. With the Shadow League's help, they're able to track down what planet Darkseid had made his way to. Of course, as they soon discover, Darkseid isn't the only one they have to worry about, as many other evil forces are trying to claim the power of the Tear for themselves. On this world, one of those threats is Asmodel, the rogue angel from 90s JLA stories, who also became the Spectre for a little bit. Again, the question becomes for the team, do they get involved? Do they let the bad guys beat each other up, or do they work on securing the Tear? A debate debate that gets even more complicated when a third party joins the fray. Let me introduce you, everyone, to the Batwoman Who Laughs. No, she's not from the Dark Multiverse, a fact that even the characters themselves have to bring up is done and over with. No, this evil Batwoman is actually Sheeda Queen of Earth 11, the big gender-swapped universe, and why yes, I'm also pretty sure she's armed with a non-denominational Infinity Gauntlet just in case you thought this situation wasn't nearly dire enough. Once again, the heroes find themselves between a rock and a hard place. They ran from their last battle at the end of the previous issue, and it feels like they're going to have to do that again, but they can't let the evil Batwoman continue to rampage, so they decide that they will send her back to the House of Heroes, where they have cells powerful enough to hold the likes of her. Or at least that's what they thought. Keep in mind, the away team has no idea what's currently going on with Orion at the House of Heroes, meaning that when they do teleport the Batwoman Who Laughs, she doesn't end up in a cell at all. I actually really appreciate that Aquawoman recognizes Sheeda Queen right away, even in her corrupted state. Naturally, this isn't how things should be, but because of what Darkseid and the Terror are doing, even regular normal Earths are getting corrupted. As the comic comes to a close, Dr. Multiverse helps the rest of the team end up jumping to another Earth. When her and President Superman end up coming to, she seems to have lost the use of her powers, this Earth perhaps interfering with what she can do. Oh, but that's not the worst part. The worst part is the rest of the team now seems to be scattered across the multiple different Earths, and there's no telling when they'll all be able to come back together. And so that was Justice League Incarnate issue number 2, everybody, and once again, Joshua Williamson manages to deliver a fun, exciting comic filled to bursting with lots of really great DC Easter eggs and lore. I like that Thomas Wayne continues to grow his character as he is starting to get rehabbed for all the bad stuff he did during the Tom King run. I like that even though these are apocalyptic, world-ending stakes, they still find time to have some fun and human interaction, be it Calvin Ellis seemingly having a budding romance with Dr. Multiverse, or at least one character pitching the idea that maybe they should start calling Flashpoint Batman Dr. Batman. I mean, they call Calvin President Superman, so it only makes sense, right? Overall, I'd feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10. Good stuff.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.